Hello, in this video, I'm going to share with you how to cut a beautiful bob on your clients with baby fine hair. If you're watching this and you feel like you had seen this before, you're probably right, as I did put this on about a week ago, and I did not realize till just a few days ago that my voiceover that I did not coincide with the video. So I thought I would redo it and just have a video where my voice is going along with the video. So in this video, I wanted to share with you an easy way to cut a beautiful bob on your clients that have really baby fine hair. This is a client of mine that I've been doing for quite a long time, and she's tried to grow it long, but it just was too stringy. So we decided to take it back to a bob cut. I personally feel like on my clients with really baby fine hair, it's just so much easier to cut them dry. It just saves you so much time and it's so much easier. So what I recommend doing is just washing them, styling them, blowing them out smooth. Don't use a lot of volumizing products. I just simply use some shine product, some drops on her hair to get it smooth, and I blew her dry with a Denman brush and then went over it with a flat iron so that I didn't have any bends in the hair. What I mean by that is when you're cutting hair dry like this and you want to create a nice precision, strong, a lot of strength in the perimeter, you want to make sure that when you blow dry it and you flat iron it, that it is smooth from scalp to ends. So be sure to just dry it at its natural fall, and it'll just ensure success. So here, one of the pro tips I want to share with you is being eye level with your work. I personally choose to use a styling chair. So I am sitting while I'm cutting her, and I am at eye level with where I'm cutting. If you do not have a styling chair, then I would have your client stand up and have her like face your chair to the mirror and put the brake on and have her stand behind the chair and have her put her hands on the back of the chair and instruct her to make sure that she stands flat-footed, that she's not leaning from one side to the other. Because if your client is standing and they tend to kind of lean to one side, it's going to throw your whole cut off. Anyways, you notice I'm kind of moving her head every now and then. And what I'm doing that because I'm really paying attention to her body position. I have her feet flat, and I'm just having her slightly look down so that I can see where I'm working. And sometimes she brings her head up, and so I kind of bring it down a little bit. And it's not far, I'm just bringing her enough so I can see it. Now, as you saw when I was previously cutting it, I was eyeing it. I decided where I wanted it on the face, and I freehand cut it to start. Very simple to do. I am using a 6-inch shear made by Hiroki. You can click the link in my bio and go to my website and hit the shop page, and you can learn all about the scissors that I am using. And also, if you choose to, you want to try it out, make sure you use the code I have there and you'll receive 15% off your first pair. Anyhow, so, once I establish the length that I wanted, then I'm going through and I want to make it super precision. I want to make sure that my cut lines are extremely straight and smooth. I tend to have OCD when it comes to this. So what I'm using is a comb. This is actually a longer comb. I'm using the wider teeth to secure the hair. Um, the wider teeth part of the comb to secure the hair so as I don't create any tension. For as we know, any tension is going to cause a bit of graduation in there. And just like the shears, if you want to learn about the comb, it's actually by Jack Wynn Pro. You can also click that and find that in my website as well. Just hit the Jack Wynn Pro on my shop page and you'll find combs. You'll want to hit that you're a professional and it'll take you to their tools. So the other thing I wanted to point out is that you see me kind of lifting up the hair and then cutting. I learned this in my Sassoon training. I struggled with bobs, and you could go through it over and over and over again and cut and find something. But if you just take the time and kind of lift it up and just let the hair slowly fall and comb it section by section, you'll find where the little deviation is. It's just an easy way to do that. Also, you saw me kind of picking up the hair and moving it and swishing it from side to side. Sometimes if the hair is thicker, I'll have them turn their head from side to side and just see how the hair falls and see if there's any little hairs I missed. Now here I've decided I'm going to give her a little side swept bang. You can see I stopped before I started to cut and just rechecked in with my client. I think that's so important as you're cutting to make sure you check in. Don't just think, oh, I think she said this. Stop, ask her. So she likes a side swept bang. She shared with me she doesn't like it really short. She likes it to move off to the side, but she does like to curl it and have movement. So as you can see here, I have over directed it to the opposite side that I'm moving it towards. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because remember, short hair pushes and directs long hair. So when I take that hair off to the side that I'm parting on and I cut it at a diagonal, shorter to longer, when I move it to the side that she wants to go, that short hair is going to automatically push it over. The second step that I did, you saw me pick it up and then gather everything and then pull it back over to the side. I did this because I wanted to create a little bit of graduation in the ends to create some softness in there. Now, my client, she likes a blunt bob, but she does like sometimes to make it look a little choppy and edgy at times. She likes to curl it and have movement. So I am putting a little bit of layer in there. However, I want you to notice how I'm lifting the hair up. I am only cutting hair above the parietal ridge on top of the head. Now, if if you've forgotten where the parietal ridge is, it is the widest part of the head, and you can find it by holding the comb on the side of the head and then angling it, kind of moving it up and down. And where it wants to bend on the head is where the widest part of the head is. So as you can see, I'm pulling it straight up from the head and having my fingers parallel to the floor, and I am just cutting off that point that I see. As you can see, everything is falling out in the exterior of the hair. So if you think about it, I'm always talking about mapping the head shape out before cutting. This I'm thinking about in my head. So if you were to take a horseshoe section around the head at the parietal ridge, everything above that parting is the interior, and everything below that parting is the exterior. And when you're working on hair like this, or in a style where you want to keep weight in the exterior, then you want to make sure that when you're doing your layers, that you're elevating and allowing all the hair below the parietal ridge to fall out so that you aren't cutting it. So now I've finished cutting. So now I just want to share with you a little trick that I do on my clients with really fine hair. Um, I am constantly getting more education to keep myself up with things that are going on in the industry. And this was a trick that I learned. It kind of brought me back to my earlier years when I used to use a crimping iron to create volume in the hair. This is a way to use your flat iron to create volume and kind of blow up that hair shaft a little bit to give those fine-haired clients not only volume, but it also makes their style last longer. So as you can see here, I have sectioned the hair off. If you're curious about the clips that I'm using, they are by Framar, Frammar. I like these clips because they hold the hair nice and secure without putting lines in the hair, and they're also easy to get in and get out. I really like those clips. Anyhow, so what you can see me doing is I'm taking the hair and I'm bending, and then wiggle, wiggle. It's kind of a way to help remember how to do this. So you can see how the hair just starts to kind of lift up and move away from the head. Now, my end goal with this, as you saw in the beginning picture, is Tracy likes to curl her hair. She likes to see curl in there. So I am going to go back over this and curl it as well. But I'm just doing this to kind of blow up that hair shaft so she's got more fullness in her hair. So here again, bend, bend, wiggle, wiggle. Super easy. Now, I just want to point out as well, Tracy has heavily highlighted hair, and it's being that it's baby fine, it's fragile. So I'm being very careful not to leave that flat iron in her hair for a very long length of time. As you can see, I am moving that flat iron through her hair fast so that it does not have time to burn the hair. I'm also using uh, heat protectant as well. The products that I use behind the chair are by a company called Seven, and it's Seven. And I really, really like those products. Um, I do not right now have a link to their website, but you can always look them up online at 7.com. They're an amazing hair care line. If you're looking for one for your business, I would highly recommend it. So I'm just going to go through here and you guys are going to watch me just kind of style her hair for her. And while you're watching this, I just want to first thank you all who have subscribed to my channel. I am newer to the YouTube world, and I just was recommended by somebody, you should really start sharing what you're doing behind the chair. And so I did. I just started putting it out there, and you guys have responded very positively. My Instagram or my YouTube channel is growing, and I want to thank you, those that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and like and share my videos. And I am always, always open to hear if there's something that you would like for me to share here on this channel, then drop me a DM and or let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and do that for you if it's reasonable. Also, the link in my bio has my website. I encourage you, if you are a new hairstylist or a stylist that's struggling a bit with either building a clientele. I have had to rebuild my clientele at least 4 times in my career, and the latest was just in 2014. And I know the struggle. I know how hard it is, but because I have done it numerous times, I know how to build a clientele and I know how to build it fast. So be sure to head over to my website and get your free guide. It's called the Startup Kit for the Struggling Stylist. Go from zero to booked within 6 months. But also, something that I know is I have a lot of experience in this industry working in every aspect. And I know as a new hairstylist, it can be pretty challenging to figure out where you fit and going into salon, what questions to ask in your interview, all that stuff. So I have created another guide called the Pros and Cons, finding the salon that fits you. So you can find that on my website as well. These are just things that I made as I go around and I teach and talk to new stylists. These are 2 things that I feel are the biggest questions that I get asked. So be sure to go there and visit. And also, last thing is I am writing a blog every month. I have tons of business tips as well as business, client building tips. I call it Own Your Chair Like a Pro because to me, it doesn't matter what salon you're working in, whether you're renting or commission or salon suite, your business is behind the chair and it is up to you to own that chair like a pro. So I am writing blog posts all the time that I know will be extremely helpful for you. So I encourage you to click that link on the blogs and read those. And if you haven't signed up for my newsletters, do sign up as you will get first notice when my blogs are coming out. So we're coming to the end of the video, and right now is the time that I'm going to make it where Tracy, or my client, really likes to have the curl. So now I'm just taking my flat iron and creating curl, and I'm going in opposite directions, and I'm just surfacing it because I created the volume. I don't need to put anything on the bottom, and the way I'm creating this curl, as you can see, is all in the wrist. So when you take that strand of hair, I smooth it with my comb, and then I put it in my flat iron. And it's just like when you're using ribbon on Christmas wrap, you know how you take those scissors and kind of run it down it and it makes it curly? It's the same thing with your flat iron. You can see how you just kind of bend your wrist and it creates that beautiful curl. Again, thank you for watching, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Happy hair cutting!